Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos. Do these names sound familiar to you? It's as if money comes more easily to them. Their investments are usually profitable, and they are able to navigate their way through economic crises. Of course, this cannot be explained by luck or high salaries alone. What makes the real difference is that these methods, often invisible to the eye, but each of which clearly shows its effects in the long run, and which most people are not even aware of, are the cornerstones of the financial success of the rich. What's even more interesting is that research shows that these habits can be learned and integrated into anyone's life. Yes, you heard that right. These habits are not genetic, they can be learned. In fact, a short habit that Warren Buffett does in the morning helps him make decisions worth millions of dollars a year. Wow, right? That's where this video comes in. Because today, we're going to share with you 7 powerful habits that rich people secretly practice that have made them fortunes. Waking up early and morning routines. The answer to why you are not rich is hidden in this question: how many hours do you sleep a day? One of the most striking commonalities in the lives of the rich is the habit of waking up early. According to statistics, the vast majority of wealthy people wake up between 5 and 8 a.m. This is because it is the quietest and most productive time of the day. With no distractions around, these moments of clarity create a kind of driver's seat effect. You are in complete control of the day, and if you lead, everything else will follow. But one question that immediately comes to mind is what to do at that hour if we wake up early. Yes, waking up early is not enough on its own, of course. What makes the real difference is how these hours are utilized. Successful people often spend this time doing activities that support mental development, such as physical exercise, meditation, daily goal planning, or reading. For example, world-renowned motivational coach Tony Robbins always spends his mornings practicing breathing exercises and gratitude meditation, while Oprah Winfrey prefers to meditate for a while every morning and then spend time alone with nature. These morning routines give them a solid foundation for the day, both spiritually and mentally. Such a start activates not only the body, but also the mind. Giving the day a conscious command prevents randomness and chaos. Let me give you an interesting fact. Research shows that people who exercise early in the morning are 20% more productive and make better decisions throughout the day. Wow! Let me know in the comments which routine you'll start your day with when you wake up early from now on. Thinking in terms of wealth, not income. If I asked you how much money you make per hour, you would probably answer right away, right? But one of the most distinctive characteristics of people who achieve financial success is that they are interested in long-term wealth-building strategies, not short-term salaries or hourly income. What matters to wealthy individuals is not immediate gain, but assets that grow over time, create value, and are sustainable. This approach distinguishes them from traditional work harder, earn more thinking. They adopt the motto, work smarter, earn more. If you are going to ask how to earn more by working less, the answer is very simple, but with a system that is a little difficult to do. You can reach this comfort with a passive income system. Accordingly, creating passive income sources is one of the cornerstones of a wealthy mindset. Real estate investments, dividend shares, digital products, royalties, and license income are the most popular examples of this strategy. These sources generate income even when one is not actively working. Making money while you sleep is not a dream, but the product of a cleverly planned financial system. Well, if I give you $1,000 now, would you buy a new iPhone with it, or would you start a small business with this money? The rich look at every expenditure as an investment opportunity. For example, developing a small digital product and selling it automatically instead of a vacation is much more suitable for their logic. They prefer long-term financial freedom over short-term pleasures. This mental transformation leads them to a more fulfilling life, both financially and in terms of quality of life. Robert Kiyosaki's famous book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, now well known to all financial freedom travelers, clearly emphasizes this difference. The rich buy assets, the poor buy liabilities that create debt burdens. If your answer to the question above is, I would start a business, tell us your passive income idea in the comments and let's talk about it together. But if your answer is, I would buy an iPhone, you may want to leave the video here because the other items may not be for you. Track your habits, not your spending. The relationship that people who achieve financial success have with money is quite different from what most people are used to. While most people try to track how much they spend, the rich analyze the habits behind this data. For them, it's not just about the outflow of money, but the reasons behind it. That is, the psychology of spending behavior. Wealthy individuals use their credit card statements not only to see the numbers, but also as a kind of financial X-ray. These documents reveal their habits, tendencies, weaknesses, and potential areas of waste. This makes it easier for them to spot opportunities to optimize their lives. Their goal is not to look luxurious, but to build a quality, balanced, and sustainable life. If you examine the expenditures on your card statement every month with this method, you can start a good investment with the money left over from the wasteful expenditures you did not make at the end of a year. It may surprise many to see the annual total of the small sums spent every day at a coffee chain. But the rich question why this spending is happening. What does this habit bring me? Is there a more beneficial habit I can replace it with? This mindfulness prevents uncontrolled consumption while at the same time reducing emotional spending. So what is the area where you or the people around you spend the most without realizing it? Mine, for example, is tobacco products, and I think I can quit this bad habit with this awareness. This fact may motivate you to be a little more careful in these matters. According to Harvard Business Review, the savings rate of individuals who regularly monitor their spending can increase by up to 15%. This rate can mean accumulating serious wealth in the long run. Managing time like money. Another common characteristic of wealthy people is that they see time as a resource as valuable as money, and often even more so. For them, time is the most strategic capital that, once spent, cannot be gotten back. Therefore, just as money management is important, time management is handled with equal, if not greater, care. Successful individuals eliminate activities that waste time and reduce productivity as much as possible. Unnecessary meetings, extra use of social media, unplanned work days. These are time traps for them. Instead, they delegate tasks, optimize their calendars for efficiency, and prioritize. And the ability to say no, which is perhaps the most important trait a person should develop, has become a standard of living for them. Because every yes means saying no to something else. Driven by this realization, wealthy individuals spend hours not only working, but also learning, relaxing, and strengthening their relationships, which they see as investments in themselves. Jeff Bezos, for example, prefers to make important decisions only in the morning, when his mind is at its freshest, because decision quality is directly related to mental energy. That's why these people are at this level, because they act like life is a chess game, knowing and thinking about every move. So, what is the activity that steals the most of your time during the day? Building strong social relationships. Now, think about the richest person around you, and if his or her level of wealth is close to yours, I am sorry to say that you are bound to stay at that level, because wealth is often the result not only of individual effort, but also of strategic relationships. Wealthy individuals know that it is not only what you know, but who you know that makes a big difference. Relationships with the right people are the key to faster access to information, opportunities, and new perspectives. That's why rich people consciously build their networks. They often join mastermind groups, exclusive communities where individuals with a similar vision share knowledge and support each other. Participating in networking events, seminars, panels, etc., is not only socializing for them, but also a strategic investment. Mentoring relationships are also quite common. Being guided by someone with experience reduces the rate of making mistakes and accelerates success. Wealthy people feed off the energy and knowledge of their environment. When they want to advance in something, they first think about who they can meet in this field. Because an inspiring conversation or the right connection can pave the way for years of experience. The oft-quoted quote by American entrepreneur Jim Rohn summarizes this very well. A person's income level is the average of the 5 people they spend the most time with. This quote makes it clear how much influence our environment has on us, even if we are not aware of it. If the average of the 5 people around you pulls your level down instead of raising it, you have to decide whether you want to live at this level with an unnecessary crowd or whether you want to transfer to the rich league with a quality solitude. Who do you think has made the most difference in your life and why? Thinking long-term and staying disciplined. How many months and how does a child come into the world? This is how wealth comes to you in the same way, slowly and painfully. You can't climb stairs with your hands in your pockets, is the main idea of this title. No one is promising you to make money the easy way, but if you say that there are many of these types around, they are just hungry wolves who covet the 3 pennies in your pocket. Perhaps the least talked about but most powerful secret of wealth is patience and discipline. Much of the wealth they have today is the result of years of stability and strategic waiting. Wealthy people focus on long-term goals rather than seeking instant gratification. What matters to them is not how much they earn today, but where they will be in 10 years' time. This perspective means they are not easily shaken by market ups and downs. In fact, they see volatile periods as opportunities. Instead of acting rashly, they stick to predetermined strategies. Disciplined investing, patient waiting backed by knowledge and determined steps towards the goal are their basic roadmap. Warren Buffett's quote summarizes this approach clearly. Wealth flows into the pockets of patient people. This patience is not just about investing money. It is a posture that extends to many areas such as time management, habit building, career planning, etc. Thinking and investing for the long term is the easiest and most enjoyable way to make money in the world because the concept known as compound interest was described by Albert Einstein as the 8th wonder of the world. Because small but regular investments grow exponentially over time and make a huge difference. Such a seemingly simple system, combined with patience, turns into a wealth machine. Reading and continuous learning. Almost all rich people have one more trait in common that has had the biggest impact on their wealth: a never-ending desire to learn. For them, knowledge is almost more valuable than gold. One of the most iconic examples of this approach is Warren Buffett. One of the world's most successful investors, Buffett spends about 80% of his day reading newspapers, annual reports, books. He reads whatever he can find. Elon Musk, on the other hand, learned even rocket engineering largely from books and managed to found SpaceX. Even these examples make it clear how learning is linked to material wealth. Wealthy individuals see the habit of reading not only as a means of acquiring knowledge, but also as a way of developing thought. This is because reading expands one's thinking, strengthens decision-making processes, and enhances creative problem-solving. Even reading a book or listening to a podcast for just 30 minutes a day can make a big difference. The brain is rewired with regular learning, This habit helps to stay away from fixed ideas, be open-minded, and internalize different perspectives. Reading, especially in areas such as personal development, financial literacy, biography, and history, provides not only knowledge but also vision. An interesting fact: Bill Gates reads an average of 50 books every year and describes this habit as the greatest source of his success. What was the most influential book you have read? Share it in the comments and let's get inspired together. Here are 7 powerful habits that are quietly transforming the lives of the rich, but with enormous impact. Each of them may seem simple on the surface, but they work like a secret formula. These habits are the foundation not only for making money, but also for sustainable success and a fulfilling life. According to a study, 85% of individuals who have achieved financial success say that they have been inspired by these videos at some point in their lives and put them into practice. If you want to be among that 85%, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Because in the coming videos, we will continue to decipher the financial world together. Be a part of this journey and let's grow together.